kaydı. Başlatayım YouTube için. Ve ben nereye gittiğimi unuttum. Ben buraya mı gideceğim? Metal Slug burada. Metal Slug var ki bende. Steam'den de oynarız Metal Slug. Ya bu arada şey var. Hiç duydunuz mu bilmiyorum. GOG diye bir site var. Giresun, orada Giresun. Good Old Games. Orada birçok eski oyunun şu anda bilgisayarda oynayabilmeni sağlayan bir platform oluşturmuşlar. Orada oynuyorsun. Yani bir bakmanızı tavsiye ederim. O aslında eski oyunların hepsi Good Old Games'ta var. GOG'da var yani. Ve çoğu hani $1 $2 falan. 4'ün yeni kolu mor ışıklı. Nasıl mor ışıklı? Bende şey de var ya. Bende yenisi de var da dikkat etmedim hiç ışığına. Ben şey olarak kullanıyorum. Siyahın pili bitince kırmızıyı. Hiç dikkat etmedim ona. Ama hafif daha ağır yeni kol. Ha işte bu kırım benimki işte. Bir ay falan oldu. Bir ay belki 1,5 ay olmuştur alalı. Ha, daha yeni çıktıysa bilmiyorum. O zaman yok. O zaman bir şey diyemem.
We're going to... Thank you, Sam.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal.
Şimdi sipariş al. Sam için siparişler. Evet, laboratuvara ceset taşıyacağız. Laboratuvara ceset taşıyacağız da şimdi şöyle bir problem var. Mama'nın cesedi niye taşınamıyor? Şuraya bak. Özel dolap, kan torbası dolu. Şimdi bir kere benim sırtımda ne var? Sırtımdakine özel dolaba yerleştir. PK'ye 2. Kıyafetine iliştir. PK'ye 2. Kıyafetine iliştir. Ne o? Eklenti var ve 2 için kamufle tarzı. Işığın oraya filan. Ha, sticker'ı yanlış yazmışsın, ondan olmuş. Çok güzel ama. Ha, bir de amayı eksik yazmışsın. Çok normal. Amayı eksik yazmış. Eklenti şeyden, Amazon'dan araştırman lazım.
All right, Sam. Take care of her. And don't worry, she won't go necro. Milligan special. Be funny if these Ha of ours ended up being the key to saving us all.
Olur öyle ya, sorun yok.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Ben galiba oraya gidebileceğim ha teleferikle. Şurasıysa gideceğim. Şu dağın arkası olması lazım. Evet. Bu dağın arkası abi. Bak şimdi. Biz yanlışlıkla doktora diye oraya giderken teleferik attık ya. Laboratuvar da orası. Biz şimdi Free'den oraya yol açtık kendimize bak.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Buradan mı gidiyor? Başka yerden mi, sadece onu bilmiyorum. Bak oraya değil de şuraya atmışız. Sorun yok. Şuradan aşağı ineceğiz. Şunu sileceğiz abi. Oğlum bu benim değil. Benim değil bu. İndir beni burada. İndir beni burada. Allah var burada. Gördün mü acaba? Bak geldik Free'den. Eyvallah canın çay bardağı. Ya bugün biter mi kararsız kaldım, dizim var. Ne dizisi be? Hangi dizi? Valla şöyle söyleyeyim. Bir yerden bir yere normalde böyle teleferik yok. Yollu şeyli yerler de var. Orayı birazcık geçtik. Oyun biter mi? Oyun bitmez mi? Oyun yarın da bitmez. Sonraki gün biter herhalde.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Daha insani bir yere atabilir miyim acaba ya?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
A kapsaması yok ki henüz burada.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Sonraki oyun hangisi? Ayın 15'inde Star Wars. Ayın 15'inde Star Wars'u bitiriyoruz. Ondan sonra yarım kalan Gears of War'umuz var. Ondan sonra Devil May Cry var. Ondan sonra var bir sürü yarım bıraktı, yani yarım bıraktığımız demeyeyim. Hani bıraktığımız bir sürü oyun var. Sonra Days Gone'ı bitireceğiz bir tur. Ondan sonra böyle yani. 14'ü doğum günüm ha. Vay. Ne istiyorsun?
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation. Request to join UCA. Registered. Awaiting Cupid connection.
Frostpunk'ı, ya Frostpunk güzel de şey oldu ya. Yani bir tane video atacağım Frostpunk'a da. Frostpunk benim için çok easy. Çok inanılmaz easy yani. Termal dolgu mu? Neye yarıyor lan?
Please proceed into the facility with a cadaver. Good work.
74 kişi yapmış bu görevi. O ne lan? Tekrar dirilene kadar kalan süre 1.8. Tunay'ım hoş geldin. Bölüm marş çalıyor, ruh hastasına bak ya.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Ne yapıyorsun oğlum sen? Karısını kızını görüp geliyor. Ruh hastasına bak ya.
Well, you certainly caught me with my pants down. Glad you could make it, Sam. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you, but I am what I am. Ah, please lay her down there. Still no sign of them.
Çok iyi ya. Bu arada bu satır ya.
It stops every 21 minutes. I spend 3 minutes on the beach and then return. 60 deaths and 60 resurrections per day. 60 opportunities to search the beach for my departed family. This is how I live. This is my life. So, while you've traveled to and from the scene an impressive number of times, my beach count is a little higher. 218,549.
Deli mi lan bu?
I see myself in that crater. My wife and my child. It's like looking at the shape of my heart. The doctors called it myocardial cordiformia. Mine is an especially unusual case. I have pictures. Care to see Hartmann's heart-shaped heart? No, you really should. It doesn't run in the family. You know, I never came to terms with their loss. In the days that followed, I became obsessed with an idea that the beach is real and they are on it. I would induce cardiac arrest, 3 minutes at a time, and search for them, day after day after day.
Oh, so you could say goodbye?
Quite the opposite. It is said that everyone's beach is different. So what if everyone's afterlife is different too? I find the thought terrifying, spending eternity alone, which is why I decided to find my family and make sure to move on with them.
You mean die with them?
If death would see us reunited, then yes. But the repeated cardiac arrests took their toll on my heart. The muscle gradually deformed. And after a while, they started calling me the beach scientist. Hartmann. I'm glad we could have this conversation. Oh. A body that doesn't necrotize. No sign of decomposition. It's as if she were still alive. The perfect mummy. An impeccable corpse.
What's wrong?
Where's the other thing we were supposed to bring? Ah, found it. Behold.
Wait, dead man?
It appears to be an umbilical cord. Human by the looks of it, I think. But this was no ordinary conduit between fetus and placenta. It looks more like a BT's tether. And this was Mama's? Yes. A body that doesn't necrotize and an umbilical cord connected to the beach. These are remarkable discoveries, Sam. Enough to set my sore heart racing.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
I apologize if our conversation gets cut short. I must go back to the beach and look for my wife and child. One person, one beach. That's the rule. But I'm the exception. My beach is connected to others, as if it were the beneficiary of a coronary bypass. Maybe this twisted heart of mine made it possible. All I know is that I will find them. Even if my every visit raises new questions, I'll have my answers one day. One day.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
The battlefields. The endless wars you found yourself trapped in. Why do World War-era soldiers wander the beach a century after they fell? Normally the souls of the dead move on. The beach is just a corridor, a place through which they pass on the way to the other side. But if regret, resentment, a fervent desire to remain, if these feelings are powerful enough, they may give rise to an altogether different beach, a collective purgatory for an army of the damned. Clifford Unger. His misery and hatred, combined with your BB acting as some sort of catalyst, have brought these battlefields to our world.
2 minutes to cardiac arrest. Please proceed to a safe location.
It's just a theory.
You think Higgs is pulling the strings? Pulling all their strings?
Ensure you are in a stable position.
I don't know. But evidence does suggest that Higgs brought them here.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Oh, before I forget, I have a favor to ask.
Activating lab security measures.
Could you just relax until I come back? Time stops on the beach, but not in the scene. Rest assured, it'll only feel like 3 minutes to you. We'll continue this shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Psycho mu lan bu? Buldum diyormuş.
No luck. Visit 218,550. Oh, sorry. Where were we? I may be used to the 21-minute cycle, but for a first-time face-to-face meeting, there's just too much to cover in one go-around.
Can't be easy living like this.
Yes.
Özay'ım hoş geldin.
Now that I'm acclimated to it, it isn't especially onerous. defecation, pollution, nutrition. Most of life's basic functions fit rather easily into a 21-minute time slot. Sleep is the tricky one, and intercourse, I suppose, verbal or physical. Not that someone in my position has to worry much about either. Do you read, Sam? Listen to music. Watch films? You know, I keep busy. I have a collection of music, television shows, some very interesting short films, and stories. Everything consumable within a 21-minute window. All from before the Death Stranding, of course. But honestly, the 21 minutes I spend here, all downtime, nothing more. Time spent waiting to go back to the search. My body may be present, but my soul is on the beach. I'm already dead.
I know that feeling. Lost my family in an accident.
Well, I never expected you to open up to me. As it happens, I've read about your circumstances. I lost my family in an accident, too. I was in the ICU having heart surgery, out of town, in the city. When it was clear that I was going to pull through, my wife took my daughter back to the house to collect some things for me. And then they were caught in the void outs. The city and the hospital were spared the worst, but the shockwave knocked out the power and my life support. I woke up on the beach. The people who died in the two void outs were there. What happened? What's going on? I saw my wife and my daughter in the procession. Hey! It's me! Where are you going? Wait! Don't leave without me! No! Don't go! Please, don't go! The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and I was brought back to life by the defibrillator. Exactly 21 minutes after my heart had stopped. And that was the last time I saw my family. It's my damned heart's fault that we were torn apart, but it's also the reason I'll see them again someday. It defines me. I am Hartman. Ever since, I've walked the beaches of others. I follow my family's footsteps for a while, and when I get tired, I return here to continue my research. It's funny though, even when my heart stops, the pain lingers. You have any family photographs, Sam? Pity.
5 minutes to cardiac arrest.
You mind telling me what I'm doing here before you go back to the beach?
Oh, of course. There's a prep-your-own station in this area. Our scientists stationed there are researching material from before the Death Stranding.
What kind of material?
The Earth has a long memory. It's trying to tell a story, one that goes back to the very beginning, one that not even the Death Stranding could erase. The scientists are all colleagues of mine from the earlier expedition. I'd like you to bring them onto the chiral network. Amelie proposed we establish our research posts along this belt. Despite a worldwide search, this is the only area known to contain fossils from the late Cretaceous period, when the dinosaurs died out. The assumption being that the last ones lived here, and here alone. You see, hiding in the Earth then are memories of a major mass extinction. Clues that could tell us how to survive our predicament. Certainly, that was Amelie's hope as part of the advanced team when she assigned our backup team here. The past informs the present and aids us in building the future. She was careful to impress that upon us before she went west.
3 minutes to cardiac arrest.
Shut up. I'm putting you on mute. Sometime later, we began to observe unusual activity in the tar belts outside Edgenot City. Vast quantities of tar began surfacing, spreading, consuming many of my colleagues, as well as a chiral way station. The whole incident defied explanation.
You think Higgs is to blame?
I don't know, but we needed that way station. It was essential to expanding the chiral network westward. That's why I'm asking you for your help in building a new one. It won't be much given the handful of equipment we've managed to scrape together. Nothing like the knot cities, that's for sure. But a knot is still a knot. Sam, I want you to use the Cupid to put the scientists on the network, then go to Amelie. Afterwards, we can get back to the important job of researching the deaths.
Don't worry about him, Sam. The air mat floor absorbs the impact. I'll unlock the door for you. Sam, you heard him. You can grab the order at a delivery terminal. Our ultimate objective in this region is to build a replacement for a way station that was lost to the tar.
Oyunun
The first
tamamı
step
böyle
is to put a
zaten canım
shelter
çay
with our
bardağı.
scientists on the chiral network. Now, we don't know the first thing about Amelie's status or what Higgs is up to. That's a concern for us as much as you. But we won't know more until we get to Edgenot City. And that means connecting this region first. You should start with the geologist and the paleontologist. The latter's holding something for the Evo biologist, so I recommend you save her for last. That way, you can finish a delivery and link up the final site in one go. Once all three are on the grid, come back here. Then we can get to work on the replacement for that lost way station.
Abi hikaye muhteşem ya. Hikaye gerçekten muhteşem. Ne üret ekipman üret de ışık yanıyor. Takını sıcak tutmak için karlı koşullarda kendiliğinden etkinleşen Allah Allah. Sen Özay benim yaptığımı gördün mü? Dağ şehrin içinde abi şeyi falan şu dağda gezinmek için olan aslında var ya üzerimiz boş şu anda. O zımbırtıyı alsak daha iyi olacak. Ağırlık taşımıyoruz. Osman görüşürüz. Nasıl 285 kilo lan? İyi ben bununla da 285 kilo taşıyorum. Benim gideceğim yer neresi şimdi? Almadın mı lan görevi? Almamışım ya. Özay burada mısın? Antimadde bombası.
A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig. Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed. Nor will his health improve. So we need you to bring him some chiralium scrubbing agents.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
One more thing, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an antimatter bomb. A Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open.
Peki.
Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives. But in case I do, make sure you keep that container in one piece, no matter what. Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle. Any irregularities should trigger an alarm. Don't ignore it.
Öf. Ne zamandır görmüyordum animasyonu. Ağır geldi.
Order assigned.
Sam, so Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever? Not only
Önce gideceğimiz yer jeolog.
did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest. Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
My apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, yet I neglected to give you a proper farewell. Do be careful out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death, extinction. It should come as no surprise that BTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps you recall the models in my lab? Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real McCord.
All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Son 8 metre. Üstümüz beyaz olmuş bizim.
Under construction.
Bir saniye.
Construction complete.
Nasıl kapatacağım ben bunu? Bunun üzerine kuşandı mı direkt çalışmaya başlıyor. Ha, peki.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Şey nerede ya? Ben ilk başta jeoloğa gidiyorum zaten. Peki. Bu arada şurada başka bir kayma alışı vardı. Önce ona bakmak istiyorum. Acaba ne var orada? Bir yere bağlama.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Çok başarılı kurmuş ya. Ben burayı görmedim. Çok başarılı kurmuş ya.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying
Ben ne yapıyorum
ID.
ya? Gidip yıkar gelirim daha iyi.
Detected. All weapons
Vallahi çok başarılı kurmuş ya.
beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Weapons lifted.
Dünyanın en dandik telepliğini atmışım buraya. Evet evet. Parçala.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Bu adam jeoloğa kadar teleferik atmıştır ha.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Bu bize yük de taşıtıyor ha. Şaka maka. Yani şey değil. Boş bir alet değil yani. Kesinlikle beğeniyorum kardeşim attığın teleferi. Çok tatlı atmış.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Thanks for the help.
Çok başarılı yapmış. Bu adam jeoloğa kadar yol çekmiştir ha. Bu arada ben demin bir kekoluk yaptım. Bak şimdi. Şu adamın benim attığım salak şey nerede? Kendi kayma alasımı niye görmüyorum ben? Neyse. Sonra gider yıkarım. Evet, ilklerde bugün. Seviye 3 denge aleti. Yok daha neler ya. Vallahi yok daha neler yani. Ulan. Gece Express'e aleykümselam. Hoş geldin. Bir süredir buradasın, şimdi yazdım. Fark ettim seni. Şimdi mi geldin? Ben görüyorum ki de. Buradan geldin sanki. Şu araya atarsan çıkarım. Bu ne lan? Tek başına uçan bir tane kar var burada. Dünyanın en başarılı merdivenini attım herhalde. sökme var lan. Aa yok oluyor. Özay demin sana bir şey dedim duymadın. Ara ara geliyor. Değil lan. Sen herhalde çıkarsın oraya kadar değil mi? Ha. Sen içeriye şeye yaptığım, köye yaptığım sistemi gördün mü demiştim. Bir de birinci spotları seviye 3 ile her zemin iskelet seviye 3'ü dedim bir göstereyim. Fotoğrafçıdan ya bütün şehir içerisindeki kargo dağıtımı 45 saniye. Buraya herhalde beni çıkartmayacak. Bütün şeyi sapan döşedim işte yani o şeyden teleferik zımbırığından. Biliyorum. Şey yıktım. Bir tane yaptığım barakadan yıktım zaten. Barakalar 2500 harcıyor. Bir de başkalarınınkini de kullanıp ondan sonra daha mantıklı hale getirdim. Ben buna ulaşmadan bu kargolar bozulacak. Sana olan bir yere. Valla Bayjanti oyun efso zevkli. Ben direkt söyleyeyim.
Delivering cargo.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time. But then I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end of days stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue.
Dayı hoş
The
geldin.
possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we caught it before the suicidal stage. Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not just my life you're saving here. It's my life's work. I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do.
Bloody hoş geldin.
Thank you.
200 bir şey gösterir şimdi. Bakayım. ...217.
Oh, yes. Right then. If you'd do the honors.
İyi, bunlar da katılıyor. Geriye dönüş kolay olacak. Bir şey ters. Bir şey ters. Vallahi şöyle söyleyeyim Janti. Tırmanma kazığı seviye 2'ye. Güzel oldu. Bu abiler hiç yapmış mı sapan? Vallahi doladı şimdi ağzıma sapan diyeceğim ben de ya.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA. With access to a treasure trove of
Oyunun
historical
fiyatı çok
research
normal.
materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now. Assuming I can prove once for all that.
Bu arada
that's what it
özel
is.
yazın yayınlandı mı?
Honestly though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years? Evidence of an ancient death stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man. This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings. In the distant past, earthquakes cause frictional melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotachylite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of Chiralium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains. But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Hemen bakıyorum abi, bir dakika. Bu arada şu kaydı durdur.